So I always felt God's calling in my life for missions, but I was always so extremely fearful to actually pursue it. God had always planted seeds in not only my life, but my husband's life. And we decided to pursue an adoption. And I had felt that there was a child that would be born for me, but not by me. And on March 25th, we received pictures of our son. Rafael Gonzalez Lopez was born March 14th in Mixco, Guatemala. We flew to Guatemala City and we brought Rafe home in May. The full circle moment for me with global missions is I had been asked to go on a missions trip to Guatemala, to a children's home called Casa Brandee. And I desperately wanted Rafe to come. Rafe was not there. He was not ready. And I had to be okay with that. I had to know that it wasn't the time for him, but it was the time that God needed me to go. We left for Guatemala, and I don't think I realized how truly hard it was going to be until I heard the captain come on when he said we were descending into Guatemala City. I can't explain what that feeling felt like. I was with a bunch of people that really did not know me. When we landed in Guatemala City, we had about a 20 to 25 minute drive to Casa Brandee. It's located up on this hill, like this mountain that you can see for miles. It just has this feeling to it of this presence that God is with us. They're built on a family model, and what they do is they accept children in Guatemala that are in need of love and education and a family to just grow them. One of the greatest things about Casa Brandee is Families United is trying to reunite them with their families and build that home life so that they can be reunited and have that stable foundation. For those children that are growing out of the program, and they offer so many different vocations. They have a wood shop, they have cosmetology, they have culinary. So they have a trade or a skill that they can take with them once they leave Casa Brandee. So on a whim, I messaged Rafe's foster mother and I said, "Hey, I'm in Guatemala." She messaged me back and she said, "Brandee, I'm 15 minutes from Casa Brandee." And so I went and talked to our volunteer coordinator. She said, "Brandee, if you can find out if she can get here, she can come, I will translate for you, and we will just make this happen." It was an hour of this crazy translation of feeling so helpless that I could truly just not tell her everything that I wanted to say. I had to tell it to Peyton, and Peyton had to tell it to her, and then she had. So it's like all this back and forth. And it was amazing. I had not been able to communicate to her at how great of a job she had done raising our son. But the remaining week of Casa Brandee only proved to me that this grandeur, like this beautiful country that is such a juxtaposition of like beauty and splendor and extreme poverty, is a place that I can't imagine not ever going back to. When we left Casa Brandee and flew home, we had some unexpected travel delays. I ended up having to fly into Cincinnati, and my husband had to drive and get me, and I said to him, "I just don't think you realize my life will never be the same." When you think that it seems like it's an eternity, like this is never gonna happen, I'm never gonna go. I'm 46 years old. Why would God want me why would God choose me for this missions trip? I realized that sometimes it's just your beginning. And so I would ask you to really think about how fear can control your life and keep you from saying yes to God, and how uncomfortable you're willing to be to say yes.